Looking for something lightweight, torquey, and built for wheelies, skids, and pure fun? Then a Supermoto is exactly what you're after. And today, we're comparing two of the hottest on the market right now. Ducati's Hypermotard 698 Mono and KTM's 690 SMCR. Horsepower-wise, the difference isn't much, with KTM leading by just 2 horses over the Ducati. But when it comes to torque, the SMC pulls ahead, putting out 10 Nm more than the Hypermotard. The fight isn't over though. The Hypermotard strikes back on the scales, coming in 2 kilos lighter. In the end, their power-to-weight ratios are almost identical, but I'd still give this round to KTM since it brings noticeably more torque, which is exactly what you want on a Supermoto like this. So both Supermotos are powered by single-cylinder engines, but the reason behind KTM's superior performance comes from its bigger displacement, 33cc more than the Hypermotard. That gives it a stronger top end and a torqueier engine, even with a slightly lower compression ratio. When it comes to the valve train, KTM runs a single overhead cam setup with spring valves, while Ducati uses its signature desmodromic system. It's more complex and costly, originally designed to prevent valve float and deliver precise control with better high RPM performance compared to spring valves. But with modern metallurgy and more advanced camshaft designs, spring valves have improved so much that they can now handle the job in most cases. That makes the Desmo system less of a performance advantage today and more of a heritage feature. As for the transmission, both bikes send power to the rear wheel through a 6-speed gearbox, each fitted with a slip-in assist clutch. In terms of electronics, they're supposed to be on par, but KTM does what KTM usually does, locking most features behind a paywall. Both bikes come with cornering ABS, ride-by-wire throttle, power modes, and lean-sensitive traction control. Ducati, however, includes most of the advanced features as standard, like wheelie control, launch control, slide control, and engine brake control, while on the KTM, you'll need to buy the optional pack to unlock those. A quick shifter is optional on both, though if you go for the RV version of the Hypermotard, it comes as standard. KTM gives you a TFT dash with multimedia included as standard, while the Hypermotard only has an LCD screen, and multimedia system is optional. The Hypermotard gets a tubular steel trellis frame, while the SMC uses a trellis frame made from chromoly steel, which is claimed to offer more strength and rigidity at the same weight. Up front, KTM fits a beefier upside-down fore from WP, though it's not fully adjustable like the Marzocchi setup on the Hypermotard. At the rear, the KTM only gives you preload adjustment on its monoshock, while Ducati spoils you with fully adjustable sax shocks. For stopping power, both rely on a single disc setup with 4-piston Brembo M4 calipers. As Supermotos, both are fitted with sport bike tires instead of knobbies, 120mm up front and 160mm at the rear, mounted on standard 17-inch rims. The SMC has a longer wheelbase than the Hypermotard, but seat height is nearly identical, with just a slight difference. When it comes to fuel capacity, the heavier KTM boasts a bigger tank, 1.3 liters more than the Hypermotard. As for pricing, we don't have the numbers for the KTM yet. The Hypermotard, on the other hand, starts at $13,995 for the base model. If you want the RV version, with its street art, inspired graphics, and a quick shifter included as standard, it'll cost you an extra grand. The Hypermotard shares the same 116mm bore as the 1299 Panigale, giving it a more over-square and higher revving engine than the KTM. Even its engine name, Super Quadro, literally means super square, which should translate to a stronger top end than the SMC. But it's hard to get around the displacement disadvantage, and that's why the Hypermotard's horsepower output still comes in slightly lower than the KTM's. As for torque, that's where the downside of a high revving engine shows. The Hypermotard makes less torque overall, but don't get me wrong, it still delivers plenty with Ducati claims 70% of its torque is available from 3,000 RPM and 80% from 4,500 RPM all the way to 10,250 RPM. Those are impressive figures and give it a solid mid-range, but the super short stroke, oversquare design just doesn't deliver the same bottom-end punch as the KTM. The Ducati may be smoother, more refined, and able to carry its power higher in the revs, but it just can't match the KTM's raw low-end punch. But when it comes to electronics, I'd give this round to the Hypermotard. Ducati is more generous, packing it with more features and rider aids as standard, unlike KTM, which makes you dig deeper into your pocket for things the Hypermotard gives you for free. Same story with suspension. Ducati spoils you with fully adjustable front and rear, while KTM gives you a setup that's a less adjustable. So, which one of these wheelie-happy machines would you take home? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one.